Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to a $800 gaming PC build. Let's get straight into this with the CPU. I went with the AMD FX 8350. It's an 8-core AMD processor running at 4.0 GHz, 4.2 GHz turbo, socket AM3 Plus, and it uses 125 watts. Now, this is an 8-core CPU, which a lot of people kind of, stray away from because the general, consensus is that get a 4-core CPU and you'll be fine. But the thing is, the next generation consoles use 8 cores. They have 8-core AMD CPUs. It's not to the level of an FX 8350, but it's still an 8-core CPUs, meaning that next generation developers are going to utilize multi-core technology more and more often. So it's really good if you get an 8-core CPU right now because I don't like using the term, but it'll keep you in a sense future-proof. So the 8-core for $200, actually it's $180 right now on Newegg after $20 off promo code. Really good value, and that's about $70 less than the i5 4670K, and I prefer this way more since I believe the thing that's going to happen with the 4678K is why a lot of people go with that CPU over the 8350 right now is because it's 4 cores, but those 4 cores are pretty strong. And the thing about the 8350 is no games really utilize the 8 cores right now. But next generation, I expect to see a mindset change to the 8350. A lot of people are going to be going with the 8350 just because developers are going to start utilizing the 8-core technology. So I know a lot of people aren't saying it right now, but here it is. 8350 is going to be the main CPU I think people are going to get next generation. That might be kind of a stretch. I think Intel, for gamers, I think the 8350 is going to be like the i5 next generation. I think it's going to be that $200 CPU. You get its 8 cores, and it's pretty fast, and, 4.0 gigahertz. It's good stuff, and even right now, it's still really good. It's really good for multi-threaded applications like video editing, live streaming, and just a really good CPU. Like, if AMD's doing one thing right, and I think they're doing a lot of things right now, and that's these CPUs. I think their CPUs are a great value, and I run an Intel CPU, so don't just be calling me an AMD fanboy because I'm not. I like to keep it real. I like to just say the truth. I really don't give a shit about what you go with. It's just right now the AMD CPUs are such a great value that you really can't go wrong with them. For the motherboard, I kind of cheaped out on this just a tad bit for an $800 system, just because I really wanted to fit in the graphics card we got in this build. But the motherboard I got was the Asus M5A97. This is a $69 motherboard. Now, this motherboard's not bad. It's actually pretty damn good, and it's only 69 bucks. The thing about it is you can't go for a Crossfire SLI configuration, but I don't really care about that since the graphics card we got is pretty beefy as it is, and I don't think you guys are going to be looking at Crossfire SLI down the line since, it's really not worth it. What I recommend is just go and sell your graphics card that you have right now, that you are using, and then buy a new one. I figure that's the easier way to do it. You can save money on the power supply then too. So that's the way I like to go about it. And the M5A97 is still really good. UFI BIOS from Asus, SATA 6 gigabit per second, USB 3, a lot of good stuff. Really can't go wrong with that. For the RAM, went with G.Skill Ripjaws X Series 8GB, two 4GB sticks running at 1866 speed, 72 bucks, 8 gigs of RAM. Consoles are using this, so 8 gigs of RAM is going to start becoming the standard. Might as well get it now, so 8 gigs of RAM. Don't really know what to tell you guys about that. It's from G.Skill, it's Ripjaw, so good stuff right there. For the graphics card, the big thing I got, the Sapphire Radeon HD 7970, 3GB. Now, this graphics card is just too cheap right now. Like, what the hell? It's $310 on Newegg. Like, what? What? And you get Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Crysis 3, BioShock Infinite, and Tomb Raider for free. That deal is just too good. It's just, mind-blowing. The GTX 760 is $250. What you can do is you can buy this card for $310, sell all those games for at least $60, and trust me, you can probably get more than $60 for Crysis 3, BioShock Infinite, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and Tomb Raider. That deal is just, retarded. It is ridiculous. It shouldn't even be existing right now, but it is. You guys gotta jump on it. 7970 is, too fast of a card. And for resolutions 2560 by 1600, this card is pretty damn good since it does have 3 gigabytes of video buffer. It has a nice fan setup on it, so you guys can overclock. And just a really awesome graphics card. The 7970 is friggin' awesome. And for the value right now, like I said, it's a mind-blowing deal. Moving on to the power supply, one with the Corsair Builder Series 6 CX600. This is 38 bucks on Newegg right now. There's a $20 mail-in rebate and a $12 off promo code, so you guys can save a lot of money on the power supply right now. Normal price is 80 bucks. It's $10 off right off the bat. Then there's a $12 off promo code. Then there's a $20 mail-in rebate. Okay, 38 bucks for a 600 watt power supply. You really can't go wrong with that, and really fucking cheap. So just went with it again, save some money, and it's not even like a low quality part. It's a 80 plus bronze certified power supply, so really damn good value for 38 bucks. For the hard drive, I went with the Western Digital WD Blue 1 terabyte. No SSD on this rig, but like I always said, if you have a hard drive that you can get from a previous build or a previous PC, you can just take that out, save the money entirely, or you could buy a 60 gigabyte SSD. Wanted to get rid of the SSD so I can spend more money on the graphics card. And 800 bucks, an SSD isn't really required at this price range. I think when you start jumping to 1,000, 1,200, then the SSD seems to be more required. Finally, for the case, I went with the Cooler Master Half 912 mid-tower case. Really solid case for 60 bucks, actually 50 after a $10 mail-in rebate. And final price for this PC is $820.93. So yes, I did go $20 above the budget, but guess what? You're getting like... Okay, you're getting Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Crysis 3, Bioshock Infinite, and Tomb Raider. If you really don't want those games, you can sell it, get 60 bucks back, and this is under $800. This is like $760 in that case. So, yeah, pretty damn awesome build right here. I think for 800 bucks, really can't go wrong with this. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm running a tad bit long at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'm going to get out. Subscribe, like this video, comment, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!